The county that Area 51 is in gets more UFO sightings than anywhere else in the U.S. We've got that and a lot more to talk about today, so get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, let's just get right to it.
If you're interested in spotting a UFO, you might want to check out Lincoln County, Nevada, home to the secretive Area 51 Air Force Base. Probably no surprise there. According to a new report, the county has the highest rate of UFO sightings per capita in the U.S. Reported sightings are on the rise amid recent government acknowledgement of UFOs or U.A.Ps as potential threats. The latest research estimates only around 5% or less of people who witness unusual aerial phenomenon, though, actually are filing a report. Christian Stepien is...
Okay, so there you go. Area 51 getting a lot of UFO sightings. How many of those sightings are of our vehicles? How many of them are from theirs? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I would suspect that an awful lot of those are ours. Some of them are probably mundane vehicles, the next generation fighter technology and the like. Some of them are probably ARVs, alien reproduction vehicles. In other words, our UFOs, and some of them may be UFOs coming and going from Area 51 because they are working with the people there or checking on the situation there if they are not working with the people there. Very, very interesting. Okay, next piece of news. We have an update from Jaime Maussan on the Nazca mummy situation. I've reported before that it was delayed. Well, here Jaime gives us a little more info.
Quiero anunciarle que la conferencia que se iba a realizar este lunes 12 de febrero en Lima para dar a conocer pues nuevos ejemplares. Bueno, esto va a ser aún más extraordinario. Se va a posponer para la segunda semana de marzo. Pero créame, vale la pena, vale muchísimo la pena. Esto ha crecido de manera considerable y por esa razón no se presenta el lunes. Pero esté muy atento, aquí se lo vamos a anunciar.
So there you go, it has grown considerably. What does that mean? Obviously my first instinct is to go to the giants. Literally, it has grown, right? They're going to reveal the giant alien bodies. Well, I sure hope so. Maybe it has grown considerably means it's going to be a bigger event with more press or more data released, more reports that have been done on these. It could mean they're going to release more bodies. The actual unveiling has grown. But he says it has grown considerably. I assume that means the audience has grown, right? And so maybe the presentation has also grown. So either way, I'm extremely excited. Bring it on, Jaime. Bring it on. Do you remember the Antonio Vias Borges case? A really fascinating case of a gentleman that was abducted and he met a female entity and they had sex as happens sometimes in these contact experiences. Well, a medical doctor who interviewed Antonio was himself interviewed, and he had some interesting insights into that encounter. So I'm just going to read it to you. Came out from those holes, and he was very disturbed. He had vomits. I don't think that's the real word. And after a long time, the door opened and he saw a woman. And this woman was about 4 feet tall, long hair, a blown, almost white, high cheekbones, evolved in chi, and blue eyes slanted on the sides, and she talked a very high strange language, just like a dog. He said, just like a dog howling. And he said he had the sex contact with this woman, and then the others came. He never saw the others. Without the helmets, it was only possible to see the eyes. The glasses, we got the helmet, was transferred, and at the end of the human disappeared in another room. And the 4 other persons sit at the table, talked with each other for a long time. Okay, that's all I can take of this translation, but I will link to it and you can watch the full thing at your leisure. But I think it was really interesting that she was emitting weird barking noises, like a dog howling, because in some of these contact experiences, when people are seeing human-looking entities, yeah, even though she was, short and her eyes were slanted, I was under the impression, or it was a theory of mine, that it was probably a projected image, right? She wasn't really human, but she was giving him the impression that she was human or human-like. And that's kind of my idea with a lot of these contact experiences where people are seeing humans or human-like beings. But she didn't make any effort to make her vocalizations or communications intelligible or human. Barking and, howling doesn't sound like she was making any effort toward that. To me, I mean, your experiences may differ, but I think that indicates that maybe the appearance that she was putting on to Antonio was real. Since she didn't seem to be, changing her voice, maybe she wasn't changing her appearance at all, indicating, I think, that she was probably likely a hybrid of some sort. And that's what you often hear, is that the hybrids, the more alien-looking hybrids will stay aboard the ships. And they, assist in the program, right, that the beings are doing, with the abduction program and whatever their ultimate agenda is. And the human-looking hybrids will come to Earth. And that's what they want. They want these beings to come to Earth, and they are walking among us, as David Jacobs says. And that seems to be the case, but I just thought that was really interesting. And it may shed some light on contact experiences where people are, seeing human-looking beings. If any of you guys were thinking like I was, that a lot of those contacts were probably, projections, even just thought projections. Well, maybe some of them are legitimate and people are actually seeing human-looking entities. They don't usually bark, though, so that was a new one. Chris Millan comments on the National Archives story that I ran the other day. He says, good to see the government promptly moving to implement the recently enacted Schumer provision that will create a unified U.S. government U.A.P. archive for U.A.P. researchers. And then he links to the same article. So, Chris seems optimistic that the National Archives will indeed get these documents. Man, I hope he's right. Meanwhile, my wife is Chinese and we celebrated Chinese New Year yesterday. So let's all celebrate Chinese New Year, the Year of the Dragon, together by watching this awesome drone display. That dragon is going to eat that orb. Look at that. Why do they eat the orbs? What's that all about? I've asked my wife. She doesn't know. They're always holding orbs, or, is that supposed to represent the Earth? Is that the sun? Obviously some sort of object of power, but she's never been able to tell me what those orbs are all about. Anyway, a fantastic drone display. I love it. In less good news, why do aircraft keep crashing? This is really strange. A helicopter with 6 people on board crashes in a remote area of San Bernardino County, California. No survivors located at this time. And that's not an isolated case. 2 corporate jets, 1 military helicopter filled with Marines, and now this. Just this week, what the F is going on? There's more people talking about these series of crashes that are occurring right now. Is it all just mundane accidents, or is there something more going on? I don't know. I don't want to be a conspiracy person and say it's in any way related to UFO stuff. It's probably not, but it is certainly concerning. So let me know your thoughts on why that is happening. Okay, back to lighter news. What is this creature?
It's that snatcher mix. You know you want it. Come get it. Come get it. I don't know what in the world you are, but we gonna get you out this water. Somebody let me know, what is this? It's half turtle, half, I don't know. What the fish snatcher, boy? You moving too quick. You watch out there now.
What is that
You like
thing?
that chicken, don't you?
I mean, obviously it's some sort of turtle thing, I think. But I have never seen a turtle with a head like that. So let me know your theories on what this thing could be. Meanwhile, Mike Gallagher, a U.A.P. disclosure advocate, will not seek re-election. Why is it always the good ones that want to step down? It's too bad. The corrupt ones stay in power forever. The good ones have too many principles to stay in power, so they step down, and that's a bummer. So I hope you do good wherever you go, Mike, and it's been nice knowing you. Last but not least, the Navy is working on a radical new submarine that will slice through the ocean so fast that even before you are halfway through watching Oppenheimer, it will have zipped underwater from New York to London. That is insane. And look at that beautiful illustration there. That's great. Of course, that's probably AI. Last month, Lockheed Martin and NASA jointly revealed the X-59 experimental aircraft, which is expected to fly at 1.4 times the speed of sound without generating an explosive sonic boom. The sleek jet is expected to play an instrumental role in bringing back supersonic commercial air travel. But what if I tell you that researchers are working on a submarine that could travel more than 3 times faster than the X-59 jet? Yes, you read that right. And it is possible to travel at those speeds underwater, at least theoretically. Back in 2016, a team of researchers at Penn State, funded by the U.S. Navy, started the development work on a revolutionary submarine that can attain supersonic speeds. That's insane, guys. I'll let you read the full article at your leisure. But, how long have they had this technology? They're just revealing it to us now. Mainstream science is just getting it now. But has the control group had stuff like this all along? Does this shed new light on USOs, underwater submerged objects? To me, it might. We see a lot of activity in the oceans and coming out of the oceans. How much of that activity is ours? Let me know your thoughts about that and everything else covered today. And if you've enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. Smash the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, links below. Love to see you guys there. If you want to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, grab a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store or become a channel member. Channel members are rock stars and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. Also, channel members frequently get to see videos hours ahead of everybody else. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.